Okay, my name's Kurt, and this is step 7. And in step 7, we're going to go ahead and install Uptime Kuma on our little mini PCs here that we've been installing everything else on. So with that, let's continue on with step 7. So the first thing we want to do is install Uptime Kuma using Helm. So we will first do this command. Then we'll do this command, and now we have it installed. Next, what we need to do is we need to create a config file before we go ahead and apply it and create the namespace, because we're not doing this manifest stuff where you just stick it in one of the directories and you stop and start the K3s and it installs it. We're gonna installing it through Helm and all that. We're gonna do a Helm install and all that to get the namespace and all that other crap going. So we want to now create a YAML file with the information that we need to install Uptime Kuma on this KS3 cluster. So we're in our .cube directory, and this is where we're going to put our config file. We should have a whole bunch of other config files here. So here you can see we have our AdGar and our dashboard for traffic, and then metal LB for service, for load balancer, service load balancer. So we're going to add our Kuma configuration files here. So let's go ahead and create one. So we're just going to go ahead and create it as, I guess we'll just name it VIKUMA dash values IML. Get it? And we're going to copy, hit append. So there we have it. So this is all these files can be found on my link, which will be below in the description. You just click on the link and then it'll bring you to step 7 and plus all the other steps of the previous installs that I did before. So now we have our file configured. Notice here we have a local path, but this here I'm going right to making a domain name. I'm not going to use the IP address since we installed AdGar in the last step. I believe that was step 6. So we're going to create this domain name in our AdGar and assign it an IP address. We'll go through that in a few minutes here. So when you do copy it from my site, you just have to change this to whatever you wanted to change it to. So hit the escape, and we're going to save that. We're going to do a double check here, and now we see we have it here. Now next, we have to create the namespace, install the bloody thing, create the namespace, and then create the space. And then apply this file. And we're going to do this all in one command. And most of the time, I always got to fudge this command because it, we'll see if this works. Again, just look at the link below. Go down below in the description. Let's see if this works here. Oh, so that did work. So now that command did work. Again, you know where to find it. So next, let's see if it actually built it. Well, lo and behold, it's right there. And let's check the services out. All right, so there it is. Now, so what we did here was we did Helm upgrade install, and this is the name of the service, which is Uptime Kuma. We created a namespace called monitoring, right? And then we created that namespace, and then we applied everything that was in our file here. Where the hell is it? Right here. All right. So now we do a we're going to get pod-a, and we can see all our stuff here. AdGar, default shit, load balancer, and here is our Uptime Kuma, and then traffic. Now we're going to go do the IP address. We're not going to do that. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to go right to creating traffic. I'm going to set an egress YAML file for traffic that would say, hey, when you see uptime.home.harper come in, traffic will see that and say, well, I need to push that to the IP address at port 3001. So remember, Uptime Kuma is on port 3001. We're not going to change that. We're going to leave the default because it works out pretty good. Because what's going to happen here is the Kubernetes here is going to assign the same IP address that traffic sits on, which is .20. Instead, it's going to be on port 3001, which won't interfere with anything else that might be on that IP address. So let's go ahead and do that. So the next step is here, we're going to create a file called, we're going to VI file. And there's the command on one line. Again, that's going to be in the description below. Just click on the link and it'll bring you to it. Let's change this to ingress. Hit the magic enter. And we're going to hit append. We're going to copy some crap. There we have it. Now I got to change this over. I'll make sure I'll change that on the site. We're going to get rid of this and put in ARPA. Again, this is so traffic can tell when UptimeHome.ARPA comes in, it's going to say, hey, I need to push that to port 3000 on the same IP address of traffic. Because it's going to use the same IP address, just a different port. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And now we have them both in there, so we should have a total of 2 Kuma files. But this still won't work because we forgot to do one thing. Like anytime you change a YAML file, whatever called file, or add a new one, you always got to apply it. And there's multiple ways to apply it. You saw one way I did it before I was installing and applying this file at the same time. But this is one of the most common ways to apply it. It's always to do this command, which we've seen plenty of times before, where you do, the Kubernetes apply -f and YAML or the YAML file or the whatever file that you want to call it. It's seen previous steps. So we're just going to hit enter, and this is fine. So now what we want to do is we want to go to our handy dandy adgar, right? See adgar, and we want to add uptime.home.arpa into this file, or into the zone file here on adgar. Oh, I'm already there. So we're going to hit add, and we're going to type in uptime.home.arpa. And what's the IP address? Well, it's going to be the same IP address that currently traffic is on, which is .20. All right? But since we set the traffic file, ingress file, to port 3000, we don't have to put that there because the ingress file is going to tell, the traffic file, traffic is going to tell us to go to port 3000 when we type this in our GUI. So let's hit save. All right, now let's go ahead and open another tab. We'll go to the ducks here. I'm still in the duck. And now we're going to type in http:// and then utdime.home.arpa. And now we're going to hit the magic enter button. And oh my God, it actually worked. Amazing, isn't it? So we're going to create a username, and we're going to give it the standard hacker-proof password of Cisco123. That way nobody can break it. And now we're in there. So now we can see here. Oh, let me shrink this up here. You're not going to see the bottom. All right, so we're Uptime Kuma. If you want to change that, your appearance, you go into this button, magic button here, hit this, go to appearance, and then you can change it to auto, dark, light, whatever suits your passion. We'll keep it dark. All right, so now we're good here. So let's go back to the dashboard, and we're going to install or monitor. I'm going to add one device here right away, and then I'm going to come offline because I'm going to add a whole bunch more into this system, and you'll see that. And then we're going to create a status page so we can break stuff into groups and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and add one. So we're going to go here and see what it says, add new monitor. Yes, we're going to click that button. You're right. So we're going to do a ping. I don't care about HTTPS. I'm not going to monitor a website. So we're going to hit ping, and then what I want to put in, we're going to call it something. So we're going to call the wall. We're going to call it the wall. All right, and then we're going to put the IP address in. Right, and then we're going to hit the magic save. But we go through here. I'm going to leave all this crap here as the default. Right, don't care about retries. It goes down. Right, you can change all this stuff here later if you want to, but you know, you can mess around with it. Who cares about it? It works. It's fine. It's good. So there we have it. All right. All right. Now you should be able to double click on one of these, but it's probably not enough stuff in here. There's the graph. So you'll see this start to fill out. You also have things here you can do. So let me go ahead offline here. I'm going to pause the video and then we're going to load all the crap in, and then I'll be back. So now we have a bunch of them in here, right? So now the next what we want to do is go back to our dashboard, and we can see everything seems to be in order. So you want to see how I did that is, we'll go here and let's go to edit. So I selected DNS instead of ping, put in a name, the Google, put in the host name, google.com, put what DNS resolver I want to use. I'm using my AdGuard one. You can put in 1.1.1 or whatever resolver you want to use. Obviously DNS is always on port 53 I mean. And I just left everything else at default, and then I hit save. All right. So now let's go back to the dashboard. Now next what we want to do is create a status page. So you can break these all into groups. So you can put maybe all your access points into one group, your DNS into another, your NAS drives into another, your switches into another. So to do that, we're just going to hit status page. We're going to create a new status page. We're going to call it the HomeLab, and then we're going to create a slug. Another name for a group, but we're going to create multiple of these, but we'll do it at a different spot. So the first thing is we want to do is servers, right? So let's do servers. All right, and we hit next, and there we got it. Now went down to light mode. There's a caching problem here, so don't worry about it. You guys might not have a caching problem here, but as I do. So now we're going to go ahead and add a group. And it's called services for the first one. I'm just going to go ahead and double click on that and call it servers. And then click on here. Now what servers do I have? I have Jupyter. And we have a worker node and our other worker node. So that's good. We can hit save. And now we can see it's there. But now we want to edit the status page again. Let's add another one. We're going to call it access points. I keep on forgetting. Access points. And then we're going to put these in here. This is this one, and I believe, where the hell's my other one? And this one. All right, we don't want to hit save yet, so we're going to hit another group, and let's call this one switches. And we're going to do this, so we know that that's a switch. That's a switch. Nope, that's not a switch. We're going to get rid of that. That's a switch, because it says switch. And we know that this is a firewall, but we'll put it in there anyway. And where the hell, I should have one more. And that's a switch. So now we have switches. Now let's do NAS. No. Let's add a group. Call it NAS. And let's put some crap in there. The DOS vault. The safe. And then the vault. All right, now next, what we got left here? Oh, crap. Now watch this, right? So I'm going to put the wall, but look, it's automatically put it on NAS, right? So I want to make that a switch, put it in the switch group. I'm just going to pull it out and drag it down and put it in the switch. So see, you can do that? See? Miracle, isn't it? All right. How come I got two walls? Oh, I know what I did here. Never mind. I'll get rid of that one. And I'll go back to the dashboard and get rid of that one too. So what do we have left here? We got our DNS. So let's add a group. Double click it. Type in DNS. And let's put in that one. And let's put in that one. Go to my AdGar. Let's get rid of that one. Now we have an old group. Now let's hit the save. And now you can see it all here. And there you go. DNS, all that stuff, a great status page. Let's go back to the dashboard and let's look for lowercase. We're going to delete it. We're going to delete this one here. So we're going to hit that. And then we're going to hit delete. I'll hit yes. And now we see it's gone. Bloody gone. See that? Now it's gone. Let's go check our status page, make sure it didn't get deleted out of that. And where is it? It'll be on these switches. And look, we still have it. See? Cool. Let's go back to our dashboard. Go here. Let's click on the wall, and we can see that we have some traffic going here. All right, it's recent. All right, none of this stuff is really going to work because recent. Click on another one, same crap. Click on this one, click on that one. Let's go back to our dashboard, and now we can see we have our racketeer for this, racketeer for that, and racketeer for that. You see how it dumps the IP addresses in there automatically? Cool, huh? So there you have it, people. Don't forget to look down in the description below for a bunch of stuff down there. Might become some links, maybe not. But there should be some links going back to my config files that I did here on this step 7. So again, with that, I hope you have a happy and wonderful day. Until the next one, good day.